My name is Ella. My full name is Ella Mayperes. This year I am 25.
Hi, my name is Victor Rabanyo. I am now 30 years old. Oh my God.
This is Jude from High Noon, 25 years old, and I'm here doing this interview.
How would you define teenage pregnancy, and why is it a pressing concern for young people today?
Majority of the time, it's a conscious choice by people. Why does it happen? Like I said, majority of the time, it's because people or teenagers choose to have, toot while they're young and they're not prepared. So that's why it's very concerning because, like I said, they're still young. They do not know, they don't even know what they want to do in life, and yet they will be taking care of another life. I believe that is one of the major concerns about teenage pregnancy. And of course, there are a lot of other concerns where a lot of cases of teenage pregnancies result in single parenthood. So that's why it's very alarming.
It's really a big issue in the Philippines, or even actually in every part of the nation, because young people are not prepared for that kind of responsibility. And instead of having good families for the future, they are given families unprepared. As we look at our society, the families are really the building blocks of the society. So that if the family is destroyed or not in a good shape, the nation would also be destroyed and not in a good shape. So this is how serious it is.
So, what do you believe are some common causes or factors contributing to teenage pregnancy?
It's a certain type of process, I believe, because it starts with probably puppy love, and they think that it's already real love. And of course, when they are teenagers, they have hormones that are firing on all cylinders. That's why they would lead to the part where they would have premarital sex. For every situation would be different, but I would say it's because they think that since they're in love, it's gonna be you and me against the world, and they could probably do anything that they want. And for sure, what they feel is justifiable, but at the same time could be very irresponsible. If they really want to have a baby and they could take responsibility for it, then I would say it's responsible teenage pregnancy. Dinagdagan ko na ng another word, no? But majority of the time it's irresponsible teenage pregnancy, because there are always different cases when it comes to teenage pregnancy. So I would just bracket them as being responsible and irresponsible.
To make it simple, young people don't really know what love is. They think of people approaching them telling, hey, you're pretty. Then they say, this is love. Or people want that excitement of being loved or being with somebody, and are not prepared to really look at the future consequences. So the main thing is young people don't really know what love is, what true love is. So they look at today's society standard of love, which is quite low, as the true standard of love, which is not correct, which causes a lot of problems in teenage pregnancy.
So, the next question, what is pure love education, and how does it relate to addressing teenage pregnancy?
Peer love education is our awareness, or one of our program to somehow help the problem of teenage pregnancy. We conduct seminars and to different barangays in community and also in different schools. So peer love education, we hope in our organization that we could help to lessen the problem of teenage pregnancy.
Pure love education, in a nutshell, you keep your purity until you get married to the person where you will be having your first sexual intimate experience with one another. However, I believe it does not necessarily end there. Pure love education is still like the second part of the journey of being a couple or trying to become a parent, because eventually after, how do I put it, not using difficult English words, but after consummating that love, you need to continuously grow and develop that love as a couple and together with your child. So that is, I believe, pure love education in a nutshell. And I believe it could help in somehow addressing teenage pregnancy because it's sort of like educate the people of why waiting is important and why waiting for the right person is also important, and just, finding the right person for you to somewhat start your family or having kids.
So the good thing with pure love education is it does not shame anybody who has failed in purity. It does not shame anybody who has made mistakes. What it does is, since the problem is we don't know what love is, pure love actually teaches us what is that standard of love. And once we know that standard of love, we can know what is true love and what is false love. And that by itself gives us way more factors in reducing teenage pregnancy. Let's say if 5 women were approached by 5 guys wanting their bodies, they would automatically know that that is not love. And by that chance, that will greatly reduce the numbers of teenage pregnancy. So to make it short, pure love can really help with the reduction of teenage pregnancy by showing what is the real type of love or what is true love.
So, what makes pure love education unique compared to traditional sex education programs?
Pure love education does not necessarily just teaching about sex, but it's about having a lifestyle of having a pure mind, pure body before marriage and even after marriage. Because when you're a teenager before marriage, your hormones are firing all over the place. Oh, a beautiful girl. Oh, a handsome guy. But that doesn't mean like after marriage and you have sex with your partner, doesn't mean you won't be too attracted to another beautiful girl or another guy. It's about being keeping fidelity, if I'm saying that right, in terms of, like I said earlier, growing and nurturing your relationship as a couple and with a family and together with your children.
So what's good with pure love is it addresses the root problems of our society in terms of teenage pregnancy. And that is a way better solution than just any band-aid solution.
So, next question, how can pure love education positively impact the choices and behaviors of young individuals in the realm of relationships and sexuality?
Now, the positive impact of pure love in terms of relationships and sexuality is it actually helps us become better fathers and mothers for the future. Since we know what is the true standard of love, we will practice that standard of love. And it does not only affect the relationship and sexuality, it affects the nation. Because, pure love education is not just telling you not to have sexual interaction when you're not ready, but it trains you to have a future family that will be perfect.
Next question, how important is education and awareness in preventing teenage pregnancy?
Probably better to be updated and educated so that when certain situation comes to us or to certain people, we would know how to address the problem properly. You are trying to find exactly what is the problem and trying to address the problem in order to impact people's lives positively. Of course, it's not always the case or everything, but as much as possible, that should be the goal so that people won't cause the same problems over and over again. That's why education and awareness is very important. So that's why you need to continuously learn and educate yourselves.
For the next question, what role can young people play in promoting pure love education among their peers and communities?
So the role of young people is very important in this, especially for those who know about pure love education. So which means to say those our members, the members of our organization, and those who already participated in the program education, which is the Pure Love. So they could encourage other young people to join in our seminars in different projects or activities related in this Pure Love. So they could also help other young people to be aware about the Pure Love, the sexuality, how they could protect themselves from being the victim of teenage pregnancy. It's not only about the woman, but of course it's also the man is also part of this. So Pure Love is not only for women, but it both for man and woman.
Mainly as they are the future nation, the future families, the future societies. Now, the role of the young people is really know that standard of love and practice it. If young people practice that standard of love, practice pure love, and really share that pure love with other people, especially their peers, well, the problem is already solved. No more teenage pregnancy and no more like STDs or even HIV.
I guess it's more of like trying to be confident and being firm in what you believe, especially if you are a strong believer of sexual purity before marriage and you want to help other people not end up in the part of irresponsible teenage pregnancy, then I guess you should be able to speak up, share about it, and also influence and gain the respect of other people. Another example would be, let's say for example, Tony Gonzaga. She was very vocal about this, and of course, if you would see that video on her YouTube channel, I believe, she was able to gain, well, based on the comment sections and based on how I read it, she was able to gain the respect of a lot of people. So really, like I said, it's also a matter of discipline and, just trying to voice out what you believe. And of course, a lot of people won't agree with you, but what's important is that you are trying to spread awareness for other people so that, like I said, won't end up being on the irresponsible side of, the sexual culture nowadays.
So, next question. What advice would you give to fellow young individuals to help prevent teenage pregnancy and promote healthy relationships?
One of the most important things that a young person can do to prevent teenage pregnancy and other problems with their sexuality is having a strong loving connection with their parents. And the thing with this, it does not only talk about the responsibility of the youth or the children, but it also is a responsibility of the parents to teach what true love is, to teach what is pure love, what is that standard of love. So the role of the youth, if we as young people don't experience that standard, that great standard of love, we should stand as future parents that will show our children that standard of love.
You need to choose your friends or your community properly. There's a saying that I'll tell you who you are if you tell me who your friends are, something like that. Or tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. So, of course, it's somewhat unavoidable sometimes where you grow up or how you were raised. But if you were exposed to, let's say, for example, pure love education and you want to be able to change your life, I suggest you find people who shares the same beliefs as you, and in that way you could be able to change your life in a sense, or even move to a different place or change your environment so that it would be more beneficial and fruitful for you. Because a community is something that would truly, nurture or make you develop as a person, but it really depends what types of community. So yeah, choose your friends wisely, and if they do not respect you for what you believe in, they're not your friends. Don't worry, there are a lot of other people out there who would share the same beliefs as you. Then find the right people. Don't mingle with the wrong crowd. That's part of trying to be responsible. So yeah, that would be my advice.
So, next question. How can communities and schools actively incorporate pure love education into their existing program?
Best practices that I've seen personally is a school in Antipolo, which is San Juan International Academy. It has 0% of teenage pregnancy. They do incorporate this pure love education as every year, once a year. For other schools, reflecting that type of education, one thing that our schools can incorporate with pure love is really having this dedicated person to stand as a pure love educator in their campuses.
This should be people, I think these are people that are hard to find, I believe, but they should be people who are quite passionate enough in order to educate and bring awareness to young people or even to parents or whosoever, to educate them and eventually create probably like a team or coaching system. Again, ideally, it would be better if these coaches or teams have the same passion or same level of dedication when it comes to monitoring or educating other people. Because let's say, for example, I am a school leader or a community leader and I'm handling, let's say, 100 people. It's 1 against 100. And of course, if all of these people come to me, I could not handle them properly. That's why it's like when we educate people, we delegate them certain tasks and then teach them how to be able to educate young people or whoever in terms of pure love education. That way, more people could be aware and more people could be dedicated to spreading awareness about pure love education. Ideally, I believe that's the best way for schools or communities to educate people about pure love education.
Aside from home, the community is the place of our young people, right? So if the community, like let's go down in root area, no? Like in barangay, the SK could help the SK chairman, SK Gagawad could conduct projects related on pure love education, so they could encourage their youth in their barangays to listen in the seminars, so like that. And in school, like what we did before, we are partnering in different high schools and we are encouraging them to their students to join in our pure love education. So something like that, because in schools and in community, I hope that they could truly help us, the organization of IAYSP, to spread the education of this pure lab, because we alone as IAYSP or one organization, I think we will face a lot of struggles and we could not reach the goal if we don't have help from the community and especially in the schools.
So, are there any role models or organization that inspire positive change in this regard?
Yeah, the organization. Our organization, IAYSP, and we have also affiliate organization which is WCARP. So, majority of our members are already listen to pure love education, and not only listen, but I do believe we practice also pure love. And the member of that organization, we as a member of the organization, we are practicing that. So that's why we have this culture that we are not engaging early in the relationship without it being matured. And this topic will be talk in pure lab, so hopefully that you could join if you want to learn more. And also there is a school affiliated also in IAYSP, which is the SHIA or the Sunwa Academy. It is located in Antipolo, and this school is also participating in pure lab, and I think every year they have pure lab education as part of their orientation before the school start. And the student there is also practicing this majority of them. And it's good that we have at least model school that practicing or having pure lab education yearly as part of their school year.
So this is the final one. What final thoughts or messages do you have for young viewers who may be facing challenges related to teenage pregnancy or are interested in pure love education?
I think the last words that I'll give to the people or the young people who are watching is pure love is not a virgin club. Pure love are not people who never made mistakes. Purity is not like an eggshell, and that you once you've smashed that you can't put it back together again. We all make mistakes, and sometimes the people who makes the biggest mistakes gives the biggest lessons that we have to learn. Now, when we say pure love education, it's not shaming everybody who had made mistakes. It's helping the future generation to prevent those mistakes. So it's like driving. When we drive, do we look at the side mirror only, or do we look at the windshield? We look at forward, not back. So if we made mistakes, it's not too late. It's always not too late.
Yeah, my final message is, of course, as a Pure Love director before, I do understand that this is very needed and important for our community, especially for the young people. Because as I've said earlier, if the young people understand their values, if you understand your value, you will not going to engage on that problem. And I hope that you could be part of our organization or joining the IAYSP or different affiliate organization who are conducting this Pure Love. And hopefully as well that you someday watching this could build an ideal family, because this is the conclusion. No, we're not saying that not go to that thing. No, but you need to wait. You need to first mature yourself before engaging on that thing, which is having a early child. No, so you need to be first matured enough, and so somehow someday you could have a good family. So yeah, I think, and that's the conclusion actually of not a conclusion, but the main point of Pure Love. It's not to get you from the relationship, but to prepare you for a better relationship, that someday you and your future spouse will not be part of a broken family.
First of all, talk to your parents. And of course, that's not the... Of course, every parent is different, and I understand that some kids are probably not close with their parents. So first, talk to your parents, and if they are not helpful, probably find a teacher or find a mentor that would guide you in terms of this. I believe not so many people would have this certain interest in this. I don't know many people in this regard, but yeah, find a mentor, or maybe in a church, find like a pastor that you can talk to. But at the same time, don't be super reliant on them, because at the end of the day, your transformation is your responsibility. And of course, it's important to find people that would guide you. They would show you the steps, but you need to take those steps. So yeah, start with your parents, find a pastor, or join a Facebook group, find a community. Of course, it's better, like two heads are better than one. It's better to mingle with the right crowd if you really want to pursue a lifestyle that is pure and genuine, and maybe filled with love. So yeah, that would be the starting point for you, and personal realizations, personal reflections that make you a better person. Yeah, so good luck. And if ever try and contact IAYSP, you could also join this organization as well.